In this video, we are going to learn all about the open work permit for tier to peer applicants. So first we'll know what is eligibility, then we'll see how to apply step by step into the GCK account. So stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Urvi. I create tons of videos on tier to peer pathway and I give you regular updates on what's happening in the tier to peer pathway. I also create videos on immigration, life, career in Canada. So if that is something of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. And okay, in this video what we are going to do is we are going to look at the eligibility of the open work permit. Once we understand the eligibility, we'll also look at step by step on how to apply this work permit through the GCK account. All right, so stay tuned and keep watching. First thing first, you'll notice that now when you open your TR to PR public policy page, CIC page, there is this additional box appearing. This says optional work permit, and all the information about open work permit is here. You'll go there first. Right. Once you are in the open work permit, this page really is almost like your instruction guide. Everything you need to know about this open work permit is here. If not, the links are here. That way you can determine if you are eligible to apply or not. So the first section is who can apply. The principal applicants in Canada, you must meet 5 requirements. So now let's look at each of these requirements. The first requirement is you must live in Canada. So it's not like you should be present in Canada all the time, but you must live in Canada. Your residency should be of Canada. Your address should be of Canada. All right, so that should be easy. The number 2 is application for a temporary resident to permanent resident pathway. So you must have applied for one of the TR to PR categories, one of the listed below. So workers under recent Canadian work experience, essential occupations, so health and non-health. For that was for English, then French speaking, the same category, essential healthcare and non-healthcare, and recent graduate English, recent graduate French. All right, so these are all the 6 categories of TR to PR pathway. If you've applied in one of them, then you are eligible. The number 3 is authorized to work. When you applied for TR to PR pathway, you were legally authorized to work with one of the following. Either you had a valid work permit, you had an authorization to work without work permit, and you have authorization to work under any public policy. All right, as long as you had a valid work permit. Now I will walk you through the second point here, an authorization to work without a work permit. So this is for students. So I'll open it in a new tab and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So do you need a work permit in Canada? You will not require work permit if I scroll down here, it is like student working off campus or student working on campus, right? So you do not need a work permit. See, so this is what it is. You do not need a work permit for student on campus. For international students without a work permit, you are eligible up to 20 hours. So as long as you were working for 20 hours and you were eligible and you applied under TR to PR pathway, you will be eligible as well. So this is just authorization to work. And number 4 is language requirements. So the language requirements is same as what you were supposed to qualify for TR to PR pathway. So as long as you met your language requirement for the TR to PR pathway, you are good as well. Number 5 is immigration status. So when you apply for your work permit, which is now, you must either have a valid resident status, which means your current status shouldn't be expired. It should be either valid. The next point is if it expired, then you should have applied for extension before it expired, and now you are in a maintained status or what we call is an implied status. And number 3, you should be eligible to restore your status. So So what this means is essentially you should be eligible to get another work permit or another student permit or whatever that is based on your current conditions, and you shouldn't be ineligible. Although you didn't apply, that's a different thing, but as long as you're eligible to restore your status, and you should be fine. Then they have a point about family members in Canada. So family members are eligible for an open work permit if you meet all of the following: you're a spouse, you are a dependent child, common law partner, you must be 18 years of age, you are in Canada, you can apply online, you are the principal applicant, the principal applicant is eligible for an open work permit under this policy. The principal applicant included you as accompanying family member in the PR application. Right, so these are the criteria, and if you're eligible, if you meet all of these 5 requirements, then you are eligible. Step number 2 is when you can apply. Now there are 2 different sets of people: one with a valid work permit, right? The people with a valid work permit right now, they have up to 4 months before the work permit expires. So let's say this is, 1st of August, and you have 4 months, so that is 1st of November until 1st of November. So if your work permit is expiring any date between August to November 2021, you are eligible to apply for this open work permit. Right, but if your work permit is expiring in December, for example, you need to wait another month to apply. Got it? So hope that helps. Now there's second set of people, all other applicants and family members. So if you don't fall into this category, that's fine. You can still apply anytime. If you have a maintained status, or if you're eligible to restore your status, you are a spouse or a common law partner or a dependent child, then you should definitely apply anytime. That means you can apply now. Whenever you're ready, you can just apply. All right, so that's fantastic news. Now let's talk about step number 3, how to apply, and I will show you step by step using my GCKey account. That way you can just keep this video on and follow me along while applying. All right, so you must apply the open work permit and online, and you cannot apply the port of entry. And if you cannot apply online, then there are different criteria, but right now we'll just focus on online. And first you have to log in into your GCKey account and make sure you have a scanner, camera, or you have a credit card or debit card to pay the fees. And this will be your fees: $100 for open work permit holder fee, and then processing fee will be $155. And then the next thing you do is create your online account, or you already have that online account where you link your application. You have to just log in into your GCKey account, sign in, and then start your application. From now on, I'll go to my GCKey account and show you step by step. So this is my GCKey account. I have logged in. Now let's follow the steps. So when I scroll down, I see start an application and apply to come to Canada. So I will click here, apply to come to Canada. And now it will ask, do you have a personal reference code? No, I don't have a personal reference code. So I'll go down here, and here I will click visitor visa, study, or work permit. So because it's an open work permit, I will choose this button here, open work permit. So now it will take me through these questions. I will be keeping the eligibility criteria in mind while filling this up. So what would you like to do in Canada? So I will say work, because it's open work permit. How long are you planning to stay? As per the instruction, it says always do more than 6 months. So I'm going to do temporarily more than 6 months. And then select a code that matches one of your passport. So my passport is from India, so I'll choose India. What is your current country residence in Canada? So if you're presently in Canada, you should select Canada. Okay, so yeah, definitely I'm in Canada, so I will be selecting Canada. Where are you? Canada. Here. Okay, good. So now, do you have a family member? I'm going to pretend that I am a single person and filling this up as a single person. But if you have a family member, it's just a little bit longer, more questions to answer, but it's straightforward. So you should be able to do that. All right, so I'm going to say, do you have a family member? So I'm going to say no. Uh, and then what is your date of birth? So I'm going to just add randomly my date of birth. I'm not going to share my real date of birth, otherwise you guys will know my age. Just kidding. Next, and then are you lawful permanent resident of US? So I'm going to say no. Next, what is your current immigration status in Canada? Yeah, so I'll go back to the instruction guide and I'll show you one quick thing here. So when they say get your document checklist, you must answer some questions, and they don't give a lot of information, but they do give that always fill in more than 6 months. And then they have also said that even if you are a worker or a student, you must always select worker for the question, what is your current immigration status in Canada? And for students, they have said that this is a temporary measure while we update the application system. So in the background, they are updating the software or the system. But even if you're a student, make sure you say worker. Otherwise, you'll not be able to get that option for you. Okay. So that's what I'm doing here. You have to select that you are a worker. Okay. Sounds good. Go next. So when you are here in the next page, it will ask you, does one of the following apply to you? I'm a subject of removal order that is enforceable, and all of this. I'm not going to read this, but when you get this question, I go back to the instruction manual and it says answer yes when asked this question. Okay, so I'm going to follow this, and I'm going to follow this, and I'm going to select yes. Okay. And all this is no. If you're a spouse, then it has to be yes, but I'm pretending that I'm a principal applicant and a single principal applicant, so these things are no for me. Next, what is your marital status? Again, I'm pretending single. What is your province of destination? So I'm going to say Ontario. Choose whatever you like, doesn't matter. Alright, so finally I have my results, and I am eligible for temporary resident visa, but I am interested in open work permit. So when you select those specific answers in your questionnaire, only then you will get the open work permit option. If you don't select any of that answer correctly, you will not get this open work permit as an option. So make sure, if you need to, go back to the video, play it back, and make sure you follow along step by step. All right, okay, so I'll continue here. Now to say, create your own personal checklist. Sure. And a few more questions for us. Are you accompanying a family member? I'm saying no family members right now. When does your status in Canada expire? So I am pretending that my status in Canada will expire in the next 4 months. So that will be 2021. The month will be October, and the date will be 7th. Right, so that's good. And then, have you done a medical exam? So yes. If you haven't, you can choose no. But I'm just going to keep it simple. Do you want to submit application for your family members? I'm going to say no. But if you have a family member, then go ahead and say yes. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to create a video for a spouse and a dependent as well. So I'm more than happy to show you how to do that for a spouse and a dependent. But right now I'll stick with being a single person. Okay, so find out you're eligible. Are you giving access to someone else in your application? So I'm going to say no. No one's getting the access, just me. In the past 10 years, have you had the fingerprints or biometrics? So yes, because I submitted for the tier to PR pathway. And then there are fees associated with this application. So here you should select no as per the instruction guide. Unfortunately, I missed out on this option, but make sure you select the right option. Are you able to make a digital copy of your? Yes, I'm going to go to wherever I need and get the digital copy. So say yes always. And will you be paying your fees? So always say yes. I have all the cards which you need, and just confirm everything. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Just review everything, confirm, and then continue. And when you say continue, it will show you the next steps. So it will just say what are the next steps for you. But essentially, you keep on continuing and you create your document checklist. Okay, so this is your document checklist. The first thing here we have IMM 5710 form, which is required. So you download it, you fill it, you upload it here. Then the passport is required, your upfront medical exam is required. If you've already done the exam, just upload it here. Digital photo is required. And then this. So let's look at the instruction manual and let's understand what are the documents we need to upload along with the mandatory documents which are given in your document checklist, right? So the copy of fees of receipt. So you have to pay the fees based on the instructions provided into the TR to PR pathway instructions manual. Once you pay your fees, then you have to upload your receipt right here on the screen, and you will get this option only if you select no to that question of if you are paying your fees right now. You have to select that you are exempt from paying the fees. Thank you. And then proof that you were able to work when you applied for a permanent resident. So this will go into client information. So as you see that client information is like a tab here. So what you would do is here you will add a multi-page PDF, and first you will have your valid work permit, which is valid on the day when you applied for your TR to PR pathway. So that is the proof that you were allowed to work. Valid work permit or valid student permit, right? So that is a proof that you are allowed to work. So that will go there. The second thing is proof of language test result. So your IELTS, CELPIP or French result will also go into the client information. So going back, client information will have two PDFs, and you link these two PDFs, you'll merge these two PDFs. One will be your work permit or student permit with a valid date. When you applied for TR to PR pathway, it should have been valid. And then the second one would be your proof of language test results. You'll merge these two PDF and upload it there. Now, copy of your all passport, all pages must be included. Notice that they are specifically mentioning that your passport, all the pages should be scanned and uploaded. Okay, so that you can do under the passport section right here. If I scroll up, I have a passport section. You can upload it there. It's straightforward. Digital photo is also straightforward. All right, so your family information form. For some reason, my family information form is not appearing on my GCKey account document checklist. In this case, what I'll do is I'll download the family information form, I'll fill it in, and I will upload along with other documentation, other additional documentation under the client information tab. I will also attach documents such as my confirmation that I applied for TR to PR pathway, any screenshots I have suggesting that I applied. Also, you can add a letter of explanation explaining your case and why you want open work permit under this category. Just explain your case very well in a letter of explanation, convert that into a PDF and merge it along with other PDFs under the client information sections. So hope this helps. Now let's go back to the instruction manual and finish the last few things on there. Depending on your situation, you may need to include a medical exam, provide other documents such as marriage certificate, birth certificate, and common law union certificates and things like that. So your document checklist will look different, but essentially these are the documents. Okay, so just to repeat, download this, fill in this IMM 5710. I'll create another video to show you how to fill this one, and then upload your passport, all pages. For me, they are showing me medical exam. Maybe I didn't select the right question. Digital photo is required. Your schedule, this one is optional, so don't fill this. But under client information, you have to add your language proof, language test results, and also the proof that your permit was valid when you apply for Tier 2 PR pathway, and other supporting documents such as family form. And finally, when you upload all of this information, you review everything, then you are good to go. So your application will be done, and then you can wait for the results. Right, so that's all for today's video. Hope this was helpful. I showed you if you're eligible for the open work permit under Tier 2 PR pathway, how to apply step by step into your GCKey account. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, more than happy to answer your questions, more than happy to create another video for spouse and dependents. And I'm not an immigration consultant, but I really enjoy discussing immigration. And please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. All the very best, and take care.